Georgia, 2011. Federal agents in tactical gear descend on a private property. They are armed. They are ready to seize contraband. But they are not looking for cocaine. They are not looking for illegal firearms. And they are not looking for counterfeit money. They are looking for soup ingredients. They confiscated the plants. They burned the crop. And they treated the grandmother who grew them like a drug lord. Why? Because she was growing the only plant in the world that scares the United States government more than it feeds them. This plant is a biological monster. It does not just grow, it explodes. It surges 4 inches every single day. If you drop a single stalk in a lake today, it can cover the entire surface by next month. It is aggressive, it is unstoppable, and that is exactly why they banned it. They say it is to protect the environment. But ask yourself this. Why is a plant that can purify polluted water feed a family for pennies and grow faster than any crop on earth labeled a Federal Noxious Weed? Are they afraid it will destroy the ecosystem? Or are they afraid that it makes the grocery store obsolete? This is water spinach, also known as Kang Kong. And today on Ancestral Garden, we are going to find out why the world's easiest superfood is against the law. To understand the true nature of this botanical outlaw, we must travel halfway across the world, to the flooded deltas of Southeast Asia. Here, water spinach is not a crime. It is a king. In China, they call it ong choi. In Vietnam, it is rau muong. The name literally translates to the hollow vegetable. And that hollowness is the secret to its power. Unlike heavy vegetables that sink and rot when the monsoon rains come, water spinach is engineered to float. Its stems are hollow tubes filled with air acting like natural life jackets. For centuries, this plant has been the ultimate insurance policy against famine. During the devastating wars of the 20th century, when rice paddies were bombed and supply lines were cut, people did not starve. They went to the canals, they went to the riverbanks. While other crops drowned under rising floodwaters, water spinach just kept growing. It rose with the water level. It defied the disaster. It provided essential iron, vitamins, and calories to millions of people who had nothing else to eat. It was the green savior that asked for nothing in return. But when American soldiers encountered it in the Mekong Delta, they did not see food. They saw a nuisance. They saw a thick, tangled mat of green vegetation that clogged their boat propellers and slowed down their patrols. They saw a weed that refused to die. They brought that fear back home with them. They did not understand that the plant's aggression was actually its greatest gift. They viewed its speed as a threat, not an asset. And so a cultural misunderstanding became a federal law. The plant that saved a continent from starvation was labeled a public enemy. But the government's war on this vegetable goes deeper than just tangled boat propellers. There is a specific bureaucratic reason they want it gone, and it has nothing to do with nature and everything to do with control. The USDA classifies water spinach as a federal noxious weed. This is the highest level of prohibition for a plant. It puts this delicious vegetable in the same legal category as parasitic vines that strangle entire forests. It means that moving this plant across state lines can get you fined as heavily as smuggling exotic animals. The official reason is environmental protection. They claim that water spinach grows so fast it creates green concrete over waterways, blocking sunlight and killing native fish. And to be fair, in the wild without management, it is aggressive. It is powerful. But here is the hypocrisy that the government ignores. In Florida, a state surrounded by water, they realized they could not kill it. So they decided to manage it. They issued permits. They proved that it can be grown safely in controlled environments. Yet in other states, they chose the path of total destruction. They spent tax dollars to raid Asian markets and confiscate bundles of leaves from grandmothers. Why such an extreme reaction? Perhaps the real danger is not to the waterways. Perhaps the real danger is to the business model of modern agriculture. Water spinach breaks the loop of consumption. With lettuce or corn, you have to buy seeds every season. You have to buy fertilizer. You have to participate in the economy. But water spinach plays by different rules. You buy a bunch at the market for $1. You eat the leaves. You put the leftover stems in a bucket of water. And 3 days later, it grows back. It creates a perpetual food machine. You never have to pay for seeds again. You never have to visit the store again. It is the ultimate anti-capitalist vegetable. If every family in America had a bucket of this growing on their porch, the sale of supermarket spinach and expensive salad mixes would plummet. The system is designed to sell you products. It is not designed to empower you to grow your own free food. So they labeled independence as a crime. But while the politicians argue about laws, the biologists are looking at something else. They are looking at the nutritional profile of this weed. And what they found is shocking. Biologically speaking, water spinach is a masterpiece of hydraulic engineering. How does it achieve that terrified growth rate of 4 inches a day? The secret lies inside the stem. If you slice a stalk of water spinach open, you will find it is empty. This is a specialized tissue structure called parenchyma. These hollow tubes are not just for floating. They are high-speed highways for gas exchange. They allow oxygen to travel from the leaves down to the submerged roots instantly. This means the plant does not waste energy building dense woody structures like a kale or a broccoli plant. It directs 100% of its energy into vertical expansion. It is efficient. It is fast. It is a biological race car. Now let's look at the fuel tank. The modern iceberg lettuce you buy at the grocery store is 96% water. It is genetically useless. It is crunchy water. Water spinach is a different beast. It is ranked among the highest vegetable sources of iron and vitamin A. In developing nations, it is the primary weapon against anemia. But its most impressive superpower is not what it feeds you. It is what it does to the environment. Water spinach is a phytoremediator. That means it eats pollution. Its root system is so aggressive that it sucks up nitrates, phosphates, and heavy metals from the water. It acts like a green liver for the planet. Scientists have used it to clean up polluted canals and treat wastewater naturally. It turns agricultural runoff, the toxic waste of modern farming, into pure green biomass. So we have a plant that cleans our water, cures our anemia, and grows faster than we can eat it. It sounds like the perfect solution for a hungry world. But because of federal laws, you have to be careful how you grow it. If you want to harness this power without getting a knock on your door from the USDA, you need a strategy. And that strategy is containment. Here is the truth. If you live in a warm climate and you throw a stalk of water spinach into a public lake, you are committing an environmental crime. It will take over. The government is right about the danger to the waterways, but they are wrong to deny you this food source. The bucket method is your loophole. By growing water spinach in a sealed container or a pot with no drainage holes, you isolate it from the ecosystem. You prevent it from escaping into the wild. You get the superfood and nature stays safe. It is the easiest crop you will ever grow. Fill a pot with 6 inches of soil. Fill the rest with water. Stick the stems in. That is it. No weeding. No complex watering schedule because it lives in water. In 3 weeks, you will have a lush harvest. Cut it back, stir-fry it with garlic, and 3 days later, it will be back again. Growing this plant is an act of quiet defiance. It proves that you do not need the industrial system to survive. It proves that the most powerful food sources are often the ones they try to label as weeds. They want you to fear nature's abundance. They want you to rely on their scarcity. Do not let them. If you believe this knowledge should not be suppressed, help us break the silence. Hit the like button to signal the algorithm that you prefer the truth over the sugar-coated lies. Share this video with a neighbor who is ready to take back their food independence. And tell me in the comments, is this plant a criminal or a savior in your country? I want to know where you stand. Welcome to the resistance. Subscribe to Ancestral Garden. Let's dig up the truth together.